Welcome on in, everybody. It is Behind the Counter here live on Insane Games TV. It's Monday, April 18th. We're back at it here. I was actually out sick last week, so Mike and Steve held the fort down. I heard Steve got his ass whooped in Tekken.
One could put it that way.
So what really transpired in the Tekken battle?
It was closer than expected, but I still came out on top, I think, with the 6-4 overall record against Steve. With a couple joke characters on my side I threw in there. The double bears in honor of TJ. That was a hard loss.
If it all boils down to it, we could definitely 1v1 and it would be a very good show.
That's quite filled to the top.
I know, it was an accident.
What is that beverage?
It is coffee with a little bit of Nico's crappy French vanilla fat-free creamer.
Nico does buy some questionable creamer.
I accidentally used up the rest of it the one day, and I went over and got some more. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were trying to figure it out. We were just like, I was like, is that your creamer that's brand new in the bag, Nico? And he's just like, no. I was like, I don't know anyone else who would buy this stupid creamer, so it must be yours.
So would you say that it was a equal fight?
it was pretty close, definitely.
I'm hearing a lot of pretty closes. Who won?
I was a fish out of water in Tekken Tag 2. I think I need
haven't played in quite a while.
So I guess we need to have a more official battle at some point.
Absolutely.
I took the first one, though.
Because Mike
I'll
is
make that clear.
the fighting champion, so I would expect that he would be absolutely destroying Steve.
I will say Steve caught me on a couple of ones that I wasn't expecting, so he was doing pretty well for himself. It's probably better than you or Tom.
I don't walk around saying that I'm good at Tekken. There's a difference.
Who was your guy in Tekken?
Jin Kazama!
As is Steve's. What's wrong with that?
I beat Steve with Jin Kazama. That's for sure.
But we'll have to see. We'll have to
We'll
see.
have
We'll have
to
a Tekken showdown. One of these
Steve and I
days.
have a list of games ahead of Tekken that need to happen 1v1.
NASCAR Thunder 2004, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Wasn't Smash Brothers on the list? It's going to be on the list now.
I don't play Smash Brothers.
It's going to be on the list now. What else was there?
If you have a Switch, you play Smash. That's how that goes.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. One thing I do want to address first. I do want to address Danny Two Belts here. I haven't had the opportunity to express it, and I heard Nico talking some shit on the House Divided podcast, but I want to understand, and I want people to understand and recognize the situation here. Mike wants to walk away, that's fine. Recognize the fact that not only am I the current 2021 fantasy football champion, okay, a 3-time, that's 1, 2, 3 times fantasy champion in football. I beat Mike. Let me put these names together, Steve. Mike, Tom, Nico, Tyler, Austin, Jeremy. Who else? TJ, Nate, the defending champion.
I don't think I've even met TJ. Or, not TJ. I've met TJ. Jeremy or Nate.
I don't know. Now, behold, I beat them all. Okay? 2021 current fantasy champion. Then we go into this little game called the March Madness brackets, right? Which is technically in the category of fantasy. I roll into the House Divided little group, okay? And I lay it the smackdown on the brackets, picked Kansas to win, and I won. I beat the likes of Nico. I beat the likes of Luke, Joe, who else in that league? Brett, some guy named the Winner, a bunch of people. I don't know, a bunch of people in that group. Lay it to smackdown in that group. Not to mention a nice little thing on the side that destroyed the group of kids that I was in high school with. Same thing, March Madness. Went back and passed and lay it to smackdown on the fantasy guy back in the day as well. I'm laying waste to people in fantasy, right? March Madness Championship, Fantasy Football Championship. Danny Two Belts right now. There's anything that we've done fantasy in this store, I have conquered in 2021 and 2022. There is no other champion. There's no fantasy football champion other than me right now. There's no March Madness champion than me right now. It doesn't get recognized, Steve. It does not get recognized. The greatness that I achieve in the world and the realm of fantasy.
I feel the same way.
Unstoppable. Unstoppable. And the only guy that even has the same amount, there's not one guy with more fantasy belts than me. There's another guy with the same amount, Mike, who's another 3-time. Okay? But the reality is, I am the greatest of all time. The all-time. There's no better fantasy player in this store and around this area right now than me. End of story.
But Mike got the 3 first.
What does that mean? But I got him the most recently.
And I have a far, far better record than him.
Do you?
That's
And,
not
and
even
really,
close.
see, here's the thing. If you want to argue here's what Mike doesn't want to bring up. If you want to argue who's better, in the world of our fantasy championship, we're both even, right?
We're not, though.
We're both even, 3-3. But then Mike and I did another little league head-to-head over here. It was the Fantasy Little League
That league
Peons
doesn't
group.
count.
No, it doesn't
That
matter.
doesn't- that
It was a
doesn't
fantasy
count.
league that both you and I were in, and I won that championship
That doesn't
with
count.
you in it.
So what happened
technically-
in your league with Tyler then this year?
What league was I within Tyler?
Your fantasy football league.
If it came down to Tyler and I head-to-head,
So who won?
doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it
Tyler's
doesn't
not-
matter because it's not a league.
No. Because we're not equal with anything, Tyler and I.
No, it matters, pal.
And Tyler would have an argument if we were both 3-3 and Tyler would go, Mike, you're not understanding the differences. Okay?
That league is no one gives a shit about that league.
It's 100%. And no one gave a shit about the other. But the reality is you and I were both in it, and I
In the
beat
league
you.
that we're in together, we have an equal amount of titles.
Yeah.
I have a far better overall rating.
Doesn't matter.
And
All
my-
matters is the championship.
And my medal, I've finished diamond, pal, and I'm routinely in platinum. And you are bronze, my friend.
You damn well know.
A bronze.
First off, silver, and you damn
You know
well
what that
know.
is? It goes
silver.
bronze, silver, gold, then platinum,
You
then
damn
diamond.
well know why mine is
There's
silver.
the difference.
I take the bullets for the league, pal. We're not going into that. We're going into the reality. No, see, we're not going into Mike. The reality is that I'm going to finish my statement. That anyone that comes in and out of the store, I am the greatest fantasy champion at the moment right now. There's no one that beats me. No one.
I won't give you credit
No
for
one
your
that beats me.
fantasy
No one can
basketball
walk
ball.
in here with a March Madness championship over me because I'm the most current one. No one can walk in here with a fantasy football championship over me because I'm the most current one and tied with the most. Okay, I am the greatest fantasy player in and around this store and studio. End of story.
So what you're
No
saying,
more discussion.
So what you're saying,
No more.
and I'm trying to tie this back to what I know, because I don't know. I know barely shit about football and basketball. So you're saying there's.
You're already walking a fine line, Steve.
I am walking a fine line. This is a fine line I'm gonna walk. So you're saying that you and Mike, all right, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, or would it be the Dale Earnhardt, Jimmy Johnson, right now?
Dan's trying to figure out how to twist
I don't know.
it to
You talking
himself.
like old and young?
No. I'm talking about.
He's not trying to
champions.
answer your question. He's trying to
Yeah,
twist
it's like
it.
the equal amount of champions.
Okay.
Then when you do that, you have to look back a little bit. Sure, Jimmy Johnson won the most latest of the two of them, but who had the higher stat line?
That's not the point. The point is, Mike damn well knows why my stat line's so bad.
might have
I had to take bullets for the team and absorb other teams that had a
That may
record
have
of 1 and
given you
12.
half
That
a rating
ruined my
more.
record. If you took two teams I had to absorb that became my teams, that their records became my record and absolutely destroyed my rating. I'd probably be gold right now.
He took control of these teams so he didn't have to face resistance.
That's not at all
on
the
his way to
reality of
title.
it. Mike's just twisting words.
I mean, I'll give you credit, Dan, but you can talk smack to pretty much anyone here, but you have a show with the only guy that you can talk smack to.
Whatever. The reality is, end of story. I am the greatest. I'm not saying fantasy, but I am the greatest fantasy player in and around this studio and store right now. No one beats me. End of story.
So if you wanna
I know
talk
more
now-
basketball knowledge than Nico. I know more basketball knowledge than Joe of House Divided. I know more football knowledge than Tom. More football knowledge than Tyler. More football knowledge than Austin. More football knowledge than Tom. Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't know any football knowledge because he's never won a championship before. I know more football championship than anyone in the football league,
Right,
as well as Mike.
right now, yes.
End of story.
But we'll have to look forward to the 2022-2023
That's great.
season.
That's great. But right now, I
you
am
bring it
Danny.
back to back?
I am Danny Two Belts.
That's another thing
Okay.
he's never done that I have. The back-to-back. The Kobe.
Okay,
The fucking
cool.
Kobe.
And if
Cool.
you can get it back to back, then
I also
would-
won my championship
That
first
would be-
before Mike. Now take this, Steve. I won my first championship before Mike, and I won my last one after Mike. I've been great along the whole stretch. Mike's only been good in the middle.
That's not true.
Is it?
You won one, then I won two, and then you won another.
Okay.
And then I've won one in the modern era as
We just
well.
had the most competitive season we've ever had, and I dominated and got. And
You
got,
didn't dominate.
Oh,
pal.
I dominated.
You
and
barely
I ended up
limped into
getting
the
the
playoffs,
championship.
and then you didn't score 100+ in the playoffs.
we
Yay!
could probably look back.
The gods,
at
the gods
Yay!
blessed him.
I destroyed. I couldn't have asked for the better road to the championship. I beat Mike. I beat Jeremy. And who did I beat
My
in the
whole team was
championship?
injured.
Who was the champion? Who did I crush in the championship?
Who's that?
Who?
Shaw.
Oh yeah, well, Zach Newby, the rookie. Okay, but I destroyed Mike and I destroyed Jeremy. I couldn't ask for two better people to beat in the playoffs to head to the championship game.
Maybe me. Jeremy stings. He had the best team in the league, and he choked when it came to the most.
Greatest of all time. Danny Two Belts. Just someone. By the way, Nico, jersey. Hello. I don't even know what jersey I'm supposed to win. Hello. Where's my jersey? Was a hand delivered to me?
That is a good question.
Who was the jersey even for? I don't even know who it was for.
I don't remember.
I don't
now.
play. I don't play for the money. I don't play for the prizes. I play for the championships. However, I would like Nico to hand deliver that jersey on one knee and hand it all nicely folded up and handed it to me on my set over here. I would appreciate that.
Well, you think these people need some?
No, you don't have to count it. I mean, hurry up, chop. No one beats me, Steve.
No one's impressed.
There's next year. We'll see how next year.
There's always next season. That's not the point.
Because if you can get it next season, then you would be.
Oh, let me tell you one story. If I win next season, back to back, and that puts me over 4 over Mike, I will be so absurd with the trash talking. It would be everyone's worst nightmare if that transpired, and I became a 4-time champion. It would be everyone's worst nightmare around here.
Definitely can't argue with that.
What else we got going on here? So while Mike is out, we had the Bristol race last night.
It was.
We'll talk a little NASCAR shop for a minute.
Besides the 2 rain delays, it was a pretty good race. 24 had a lot to be desired, finished 18th. Not a factor all night.
But I feel like in the race last night, you couldn't, wherever you were, you were stuck.
Yeah.
I don't think you could. I bet you if he did some kind of track position thing and got him up to the top 5, he would have probably stayed in the top 5.
Absolutely.
It was just more. See, those races I don't. And now we got the boring Talladega up next week.
Oh, that's going to be great. We got Wendy's sponsoring the 62 car. I'm pretty excited for.
Who's that car again?
Noah Gregson.
See, why these sponsors get the horrible cars? Why can't Wendy sponsor like a big name?
Noah Gregson's a big name in the lower series.
Yeah, but he doesn't do much in the Cup.
He's run 4 races this year in the Cup Series.
True.
And that 62 car is definitely a one to beat at super speedways. See if I can look up the stats about that 62 car. The finish, though, was definitely the best part of the whole race.
Very questionable finish, if you ask me. A very questionable sliding up the track and taking out the leader like that. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I thought, if you don't know what we're talking about, Chase Briscoe, turn 4, coming out of turn 4, goes down low, slides up the track, knocks Tyler Reddick into the wall. Neither one win. Tyler Reddick had been leading for 100-something laps.
Yeah, it was domination from him.
And pretty questionable situation. But I don't know. I don't know if I would have been more. I don't know. Tyler Reddick seemed to be pretty easygoing with it.
If you look back at it, you could see the two crew members in the back just looking absolutely livid. That Tyler Reddick was not mad.
His crew guys were mad.
Yeah, a couple of them were. It was.
Tyler Reddick was too nice. And then Chase Briscoe comes over and they're laughing. It's like they're gonna hug at the end of the conversation. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, looking forward to Talladega. It's gonna be a great race.
I hate the drafting tracks. They're not fun at all.
They're definitely fun to watch.
There's no point watching until the last minute.
I know favorites, of course, going into it. Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano, all those guys.
Do we get anything good?
So the 64 controller.
Nice.
Sweet.
Sweet. Nice.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
What else we have going on
Atomic
around?
Purple.
We're just talking NASCAR shop for a minute. We talked. I don't know if
Are
we
you
had.
done with all that nonsense?
What do you mean?
Are you done?
Steve brought up the next year, and he said, you winning next season would be. And I said, Steve, let me cut you off right there. If I won a Ford championship, this shit talk would be so fucking absurd. People would never want to
I
come
might
around
just
here again.
win another one and then retire on top. Then any other title after that would be void because I wasn't in the league.
You wouldn't do that.
Might just have to win one more and go off into the sunset.
I mean, Mike and I really do have a battle now for. I mean, it's already. I'm already the greatest of all time, just in fantasy itself. But Mike and I really are going to go head to head in as the greatest of all time in the fantasy league. That's become the new thing now. People are just playing catch up to Mike and I in the league.
If anything, it's like you were my child in the league, so I'd like to see you do well.
Who?
And my ultimate goal is for you to be
Who?
someday better than me.
But I won my championship.
Since I'm your
I won
father
my
in the league.
No, I won my first championship before you.
I taught you
So
everything
one
you
could
had
say
to know.
you're my Padawan.
I nourished your little fantasy brain until you grew
Technically you'd be my Padawan.
No.
Am I using that terminology right for Star
up.
Wars?
You didn't even know what a yard was.
You'd be
until we
my
taught you.
Padawan. Okay, because
You don't even know these terms. You're whipping out.
I
So
won the
you-
championship
no.
before you.
No. I'm your father. I taught you everything you needed to know. And that's my ultimate goal, to see
And
my
yet I
child
was
succeed
successful
in this
first,
world of
before
fantasy
you.
football. But I still have some things left to do. Some
Oh, so do
championships
I.
left to win.
I still have some goals in place. I know I'm getting to the point where there's not many goals left, but I'm walking around with Danny Two Belts, but
Those belts aren't even for that.
doesn't matter. Oh, they're Danny Two Belts right here.
Those are belts for multiple different things, but not that.
Oh, they don't have any other purpose but to serve right here. Danny
That's
Two
fine.
Belts.
So when I win next year, I'm going to take that belt. I'm going to bring it home with me.
No belts are here. Or my personalized belts right there, baby. Ready to go. So what else we got? We started doing dodgeball. Did we ever talk about dodgeball in here?
No, I don't think so. Just a little bit.
One of the coolest things that we started that we probably already have ended.
No, I mean, we haven't had the manpower since that first day, but we went very hard that first day.
Oh, DJ was here the one day.
Dan's dad was in there pitching a fit,
He was
crying
not.
the blues.
He was not pleased. Well, of
Tyler,
course,
Tom and Nico. Yeah.
It's classic Tom and Nico just going from like level 1 to 10 right
They
in
were
front of
battling
TJ.
over the ball, and then they just straight up tackled each other and wrestled over it.
I mean, it's just absurd.
They were both trying to prove a point that neither was to be pushed around, and that's what happens when you have two competitors on the dodgeball line.
Pretty much. But, I mean, I liked it. We had what? We had 3v3. It was Dave. It was Nico, Dave, and I against Mike, Steve, and Tom, right?
I think. I know I faced him once, so I don't remember.
We did switch teams.
Maybe we changed teams.
Oh, we
on
changed
one, but that was
teams
the
again.
first teams.
But we did that, and then, of course, Nico pretty much won on his side. Luke never came in and really played. And
Yeah, he
Jackson
didn't get to, surprisingly.
Jackson
despite
came
his
in, and
gun.
Jackson was like whipping around like wicked. Like
Jackson put Nico in his place. It was actually absurd.
That's normal, though. Apparently.
I guess so. After Fortnite, he is the big brother after all. Not literally, but mentally.
And it seems like Jackson does muck up Nico quite often. I'm starting to come to realize that.
He was just beating him to the line and smoking him with the stinger every time. Has anyone ever seen the stinger? It's a little purple ball. So apparently, Tom looked it up, and that's official dodgeball rules. They have a couple of the big ones and then a couple of the little ones.
Well, we determined that already, didn't we?
Well, no, we just thought it was one size for all of them. We didn't know they actually had sniper
Oh.
balls. The sniper balls.
But, yeah, so we tried that for a little bit. No one luckily got hurt, knock on wood.
Just Dan a little.
I went on my, I hit my knees once. I found I went and tried to jump over a ball and kind of hit it wrong and went down on my knees.
I was the one who delivered the blow. It was very satisfying to watch.
Actually, Dave lasted quite often when he played.
Dave knew what was up. On
Dave was always the last on our team. Then he just got mucked up when the ball started coming at him like at a high.
You guys failed him, if anything, to leave him there 1 versus 3 in the end.
That could very well be the case.
It's a stupid rule that catches don't make you out.
No. I agree with that rule when you're playing in the gym and it's like 10v10. But when you're in a little room like this and it's 3v3, the game's going to be over with in 1 minute if you start doing catches. The court's not big enough.
It's going to be over within 1 minute anyway.
They are pretty quick games. I was getting tired towards the end of some of them that lasted longer than like 2 minutes. Well, it is super fun. I wasn't sure if I'd ever play dodgeball again, but here we are.
So yeah, so that was interesting. Excuse me. And in the meantime, you know, first off, we also have coming up, I gotta do a candy run tomorrow. We gotta go and fill up all the candy shit that we're low on in the back. But I don't know about you guys, but I cannot find chicken tenders anywhere. It's becoming I'm done trying to find them.
I think there's chicken tenders all around for you to find. The problem is they're just not the kind that you like.
Oh no, there's none to find.
You don't find those stinky ones Endico got?
Not really. The whole area is just completely empty when you go.
Long story short, store has an air fryer, and the only good tendies in it are the cheap.
But is there a shortage? Is there like a really shortage of them?
Yes.
And what's the reasoning for that?
Is there a shortage on chickens, or the producers just not pushing out the tendies we need?
Let's see.
I'm looking it up right now. There's higher demand for chicken nuggets. It's absurd.
Because everyone now has an air fryer.
Well, not only that, people go home. You know what we need to get? I almost bought the other day, and I'm going to get them. I saw them at Walmart yesterday.
Wow.
Are the boneless wings from TGI Fridays? Gotta get them. We're going to air fry those babies
they're not
up.
turn out as good as they seem.
What?
Perhaps.
I want them nice and crispy. We're going to toss those babies in the buffalo sauce.
Those ones I had were very good that time.
We're
You didn't
gonna
even try them.
I know.
You were a troll.
Well,
And that's what you get. You
Potato
missed out on
skins.
wet tendies.
Potato skins are pretty good there too.
Yeah, I do hear a lot about their tater skins.
TGI Fridays isn't bad. I don't go there too often considering it's right across the street, but apparently you can't find chicken nuggets anywhere, and I'm tired of trying to find them. It's ridiculous. It's not that hard of a thing. I
You
I
would
just
think
don't
that
get.
there'd be an endless supply of the tendies, but nope. They're very hard to find. And you also may not be looking in the right places.
Oh, I'm looking in the right spot. It says right there, chicken nuggets gone.
So I have a section that's literally labeled chicken nuggets. And
Well,
there's
you can see
nothing
the
in it.
labels. It says like nuggets, and they're just gone. And they have all the crispy tenders. They call them tenders. They're not nuggets. I don't want the tenders.
We do call them tendies, though.
But you know what I mean. Don't give me the blinks.
I mean, there's more chicken per square inch if you get the tendies.
Keep it down, Steve.
Wow. Speaking of which, are we getting some fucking tendies in there soon?
And hopefully, if we can find them. Big news. I don't know if you heard. Big news over the weekend. Dan joined the world of Switch.
I think it's definitely time to this out.
just like some kind of prop
While
show.
we were waiting for the countdown, Steve was playing Mario Kart over there.
I got my win online. I was pretty happy.
He said he got one win online and was satisfied and moved on.
I got my one online the other day as well.
He's keeping his skills sharp for you, pal. His sword sharp.
So what was that whole operation for?
What's the show off the Switch?
Oh.
Just because we're talking about the Switch.
Steve loves it.
Is he allowed to play with that type of contraption around his Switch?
Unfortunately so.
I mean, if you want me to take it off, I could.
No.
It's
He
just
could just put it in his Switch out and use a Pro Controller as well.
Is that the OLED one?
no, it's just
The fact that neither
Second
you nor Tom got that one is pretty fucking soft.
Why?
Pretty fucking soft.
Okay, maybe I'll take the one I had bringing in here. So I'll
That's
go
not
get the
one of
other
those
one.
either. Well,
What?
that's if you wanted to do that. That would still be pretty stupid overall. You would have lost like $20 in the whole process.
Not really. I'll charge you $2.99. It's basically brand new. It is
That's
brand new.
unethical, my friend.
The reality
Apologize
is
for that.
no. Dan joined the realm of Switch. I created my little Wii Me character, and it looked just like me. Tom was appalled when he saw it.
You know who looks exactly like him is the doctors.
It doesn't look like him. It looks just like him.
Whenever all the coal is gathering in that little Mario Kart cloud, I can always pick out who Steve is.
that's a me I've spent over 10 years crafting. Basic template.
Disgusting.
So what are your plans with this Switch?
I don't know yet. I don't know wherever the world takes me. I don't know what I want to conquer yet. Right
He's
now,
got one game, and well, he had one game. He got another, and it was just Mario Kart.
just Mario Kart. Just to destroy people in Mario Kart. Now, is the CJ Playmaker League done?
Yeah, this season is.
So when's the next season?
We don't know yet.
So how did this whole CJ Playmaker League work?
It's 10. Well, at the moment, 10 people. They all get together. We race, and
Is it
points are tallied up.
points based on finish, pretty much?
Yeah.
There's only 10 people?
At the moment, yeah. We can have up to 12.
There's a spot for you.
They wouldn't want me in there.
We used to have teams, but
People wanted their own glory.
all the teams pretty much were a really good one, and then the
Classic.
So what happens when you miss a week?
they
Your
do a
points suffer.
computer for
Oh,
your
that's
place.
cool. At least you have a chance.
So you can still get points.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't miss no week.
Can I
was,
just say, what's that?
That was the detriment to Sustaina, who was pretty much my main competitor for points last season.
They just missed a couple races.
So they played
in
2
the-
seasons.
Yes.
So when was the first season?
A few months ago.
And was CJ champ of that one?
Sustaina got the championship.
Mhm.
I
So
got
how long are the
first.
seasons?
We usually do like 3 Grand Prix a week, 2 to 3, about a month usually.
So if season 1 was a couple months ago, and then season 2 just finished, so when would season 3 be?
We don't know yet.
Who runs this operation?
CJ.
It's called the CJ Playmaker League, man.
Maybe we need to create an Insane Games League.
I'd be down.
There'd be a lot of... Tom has it, you have it, I have it, you have it. Oh, you play.
I already play one racing game too many.
And then we could do it on Danny NASCAR.
Danny NASCAR. That's my weakest gaming genre is the racing. Although Nintendo racing is a whole other story.
First off, Mario Kart is not... I don't really consider that racing.
I've always had a
It's
soft spot for
arcade
it.
racing.
Yeah, it's not really like NASCAR, Need for Speed, Forza. It's fun. It's arcade, and there's some battle to it as well.
Perhaps I'll join.
There's
you
the-
join Smash Bros.
No,
There's the 3
I guess we're at an impasse. now.
rankings for
I'd rather be dead than play Super Smash.
There's the party racers like Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, arcade like Forza, NASCAR, and then simulators, iRacing, Gran Turismo, etc.
Tough, you. Dan's
Well,
a big poser anyway.
I'm
He went years without getting the Switch, and then, lo and behold, Tommy goes and gets one with his girlfriend, and then Dan, I gotta have one too, gets one right away.
I got him just to play Mario Kart, but now
One
I'm
of the
starting to
most
see.
jelly posers.
I'm starting to see the world of the Switch. I created a little me Wii
I just had to
character.
bring that connection out. It was very interesting to see quite how fast Dan bought a Switch.
And then when I was racing Tom, I beat him. The last time we played, I beat him all 4 times in the 4 race. I got
been
first.
pissed about that.
He's
I talked to
wicked
him the other
upset
day.
about it.
He's
What was
been
he saying?
training. He's looking up stuff online now. And he said he knows that you've been looking up stuff online as well.
No, I have not. I just know how to play the
He's
game.
when he picked a guy that's equal weight to your guy, so you can't bump him around anymore. And he learned all the trips in, the grinding, and the jumps off of the.
He was a wicked.
He's coming for you.
Wicked disgusted
You
that
know
I
who
did.
else he's coming for is the doctor as well.
Good.
You don't have 1, but 2.
Are you gonna start getting in this? You gotta
We
start.
just said that.
You gotta start
I
practicing.
said if you play Smash, I'll play Mario Kart. Pretty fair deal.
You can't. You can't. Mike can't handle Mario Kart.
I
That's
think
fine.
you'd like Smash Brothers. It's a lot of fun.
I'd rather die. My high
It's a
school.
2-way road, not a 1-way street, as you said the other day.
Little Dan back in the day used to go to friends' houses and they play Super Smash. I want nothing to do with it. I leave and go home.
Why?
We go over to, I'm not gonna say the person's name. We go over to their house and they had this little room that used to play hardcore Nintendo 64. And when Super Smash came out, I said adios, fellas, and I was gone. Wanted no interest of it.
I mean, the original Smash Brothers, Smash 64, is just trash compared to all the others.
He's not. I already know who he is. He's looking around. I saw him walk in. But I'm not worried about it. Not interested. Mike would just have to watch us all have fun playing Mario Kart and not participate.
Sometimes I do like to watch from the shadows. I like to take in the content that we create and watch it for myself.
Does Nico have a Switch?
I don't think so.
Surprisingly, no.
Classic.
He's got a VR, he's got his Series S, but he does not have a Switch.
Classic.
I'm just
Up
waiting
until
on-
like 4 days ago, you didn't have one either. Hate on Nico like that.
I'm just waiting on around like when E3 was supposed to be when they'll announce the next generation of it. Or
That's
next
what I was
model.
wondering.
I hope the CJ Playmaker League comes out because I'm gonna go in there and start, if I'm allowed in. I don't know if I'll be allowed in.
Sorry,
But
Dan, you're not even. You have to
I'm
meet
gonna go in there and
criteria
start
for
busting some cheeks around.
it.
Who's in there right now?
It's Dave, me, Dave's friend Amp, Sustaina, John and Alec from Annie Ann's, Brendan from Annie Ann's, and just a few other people.
I would destroy Natalie. Destroy.
You're talking a lot of smack, and I have a feeling
I
when the
would
time comes to
destroy
collect,
Natalie.
you're gonna be probably.
I'll
out.
knock Steve around like you wouldn't believe.
As long as you write checks that your cheeks can cash.
How
I
is
have no
Dave
issue
at
with it.
Yeah, he's got his couple wins in the.
He stinks, doesn't he?
He's got his couple.
You can
wins
say
in-
Steve. He stinks, doesn't he?
of the.
He wants to say it so bad.
He doesn't stink. He's a good teammate.
What does that mean?
Wow.
Wow.
Don't make him say it.
He's a good teammate. It's like I know y'all don't watch F1, but like Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas,
So he feeds you wins.
essentially, yeah.
That's cheating.
So they're working.
So there's politics. So wait a minute. So there's a lot of politics in the CJ Playmaker League, from what I can
We're the
tell.
only team that's kind of stayed together because the second season was just drivers' championships.
So you'd have people trying to take you out the whole time as well to ensure that you don't win.
So when I'm trying to battle Steve for a win, I could have Dave trying to take red shells at me to try to get Steve to win. I see how the game's being played. That's fine.
We're gonna bring Tom along, try to work together as a team.
He would
Nope,
rather die than work with Dan.
This guy runs solo. I don't need Tom.
You'd see them working together, and at the end, they'd betray each other right at the end.
I don't need Tom to help me win.
It does seem fun, though.
So we'll
I
see
don't
where
have much
I'm
confidence
it's like I'm
against
out driving the country. We'll see where the world of Switch takes me.
If anyone, you guys should be barking up Johnny's tree. If you
No,
want.
Johnny Day's coming.
He's got
Don't you worry. Good old Johnny can get his ass cheeks taken as well in Mario Kart. I have no doubts about that one.
I don't know about that, pal.
This is a guy who can't see without his glasses on. He ain't winning.
Not many people can.
He ain't winning no Mario Kart.
So what are you saying? He's not allowed to wear his glasses when you play?
Monks say he has an unfair advantage. He has crystal clear eyesight with those little babies on.
Do you need glasses, Dan?
Maybe. Just because we all aren't blessed with 20/20 vision doesn't mean that makes it a hindrance.
I'm not blessed with it.
So what? You just walk around blind?
No, I don't need. I don't have 20/20, but I don't need glasses.
That's close enough.
All right, we got anything else?
There's the router that you've been looking at getting last week.
Has that been decided?
No.
Dan probably restarted the router, and then it all worked, and then he moved on.
No. We were at Best Buy, we're looking at routers, and it's been brought to my attention that we have an outdated router.
I want that Wi-Fi
It's completely unacceptable. We should be having the most top-of-the-line router in here at all times.
Tom was fucking appalled when he heard Dan talking about this. He compared what Dan wants to do to taking a shower and wanting more water to come out and just adding another nozzle that says high to low on it. Doesn't change anything, Dan.
No. What he said was, in comparison, is adding another faucet to try to get more water, and really both faucets are coming from the same
He
pipe.
said the one that goes from cold to hot to add another one of those to get more water. You were full, and you restarted the router, and it was fixed now.
It's not the way it is.
Though the TIE Fighter does look a lot cooler than the one we have now.
What they did was a very nice one. The one we have right now looks like an octopus or a spider.
You don't like that?
It's cool. It reeks of Tom, though, with the orange and black color design. It's time to move on.
You're telling me. I want to get one. The one I want looks like the Death Star.
The Death Star? With a big ball?
I am saying no, the whatever the other one is.
TIE Fighter.
I will say though, that I'm starting to. This has been a very interesting week. Dan has now entered the realm of the Nintendo Switch. Any world, I can go anywhere in this world of the Switch. There's many people I could bump into. I may go test the waters in Pokemon. I could fly over to a little Mario. I could head over to Zelda. I could fly down to a little Just Dance. I don't know where the world's gonna take me. The world is now at my shoulders in the world of Switch. But I will say I started to scratch away at another world called Star Wars.
Oh, so?
I was very intrigued watching Rogue One the other day. I wasn't happy with the ending, but
Everyone dies the end.
everyone dies. It's a ridiculous movie, but nonetheless,
Dan loved it.
I may go back. But I will say, I may go back. I haven't decided if I want to go back and actually watch all the Star Wars movies for pure enjoyment, or if I want to go back and watch all the Star Wars movies just for pure trollness and try to find every little possible thing wrong that I can find with it, and then come bashing everyone over the head with everything. I mean, I would love to walk around and just absolutely talk about how bad that movie franchise is, because I know how many people love it.
It just would be.
You know who
Not
loves
even a
Star
fan.
Wars? You know who loves Star Wars?
A lot of people love Star Wars.
Why are you looking at Steve like that?
Do you know who loves Star Wars?
Who?
Take a guess.
I know a couple people. Are
You
you
take
going?
a guess around here.
Boater.
Boater. And I would love nothing more than to come pulling into my parking spot on the Tuesday night and come strolling on in here, plop down on the nerd glasses set and look Boater in the eyes and say, Star Wars stinks.
That's part of the enjoyment of it. The
You
first
can't
Stinks.
just say it stinks overall because no one will believe that.
Oh,
or care.
I'll have my reasons
You have
why
to
it stinks.
pick specific parts of it that stink if you want an angry
The
boater.
first three are trash, but everyone loves them, and I'm very nostalgic for them. The original trilogy was really good for the time, definitely way outdated, like technology-wise. And the final three were just straight up garbage.
That's pretty much
So none of them are really
the
good,
general
is what you're saying.
consensus.
Yeah, but everyone still
Revenge of the Sith was dripping wet.
Yeah, there were still its problems, but
No.
it's definitely the best of the.
Of the prequels. The
I
sequels
may,
can very
we'll
well-
see where the world gets me. I may hop on and do a little Star Wars, watch a little Star Wars.
Your boy was sponsored by Star Wars, not once.
I'm not
but
sure I
twice.
can understand the whole Yoda being some kind of big master when he can barely get around.
He's 800 years
Well,
old.
when you see Jeff Gordon in like 20 years, you think he's still going to have some respect when he gets behind the wheel?
He was not going to get behind the wheel.
He might be a little old.
He was
but
thinking about getting behind the wheel of the Le Mans entry they're doing next year.
I can see that. All right, we got anything else to go over? All right,
You gonna tell
what's
Steve what game you bought? Or are you
What?
keeping that private still?
I already knows.
Oh, you told him?
The Star Wars, the complete Luke's
The Lego Star Wars.
Skywalker
So,
saga.
Honestly, in my opinion, from playing it, the most mediocre Lego Star Wars game I've ever played.
You bought already?
Lego Star Wars or Lego game?
Lego Star Wars.
Did you beat it?
No, I got through the first episode.
How far did you get?
Multiple
Did you start
episodes?
it?
I haven't even started it yet.
I
There's-
could almost put money that you won't play that for more than 30 minutes.
Each
Just based off the person you're trying. No one laughed like that.
Each one's broken up into like the different episodes, but after you beat the first episode, you can just explore whatever episode or planets were in the galaxy.
And that's where Dan will get lost.
And then once you beat all 9, you can just explore the entire galaxy.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
This episode Behind the Counter is over. Steve, Mike, and I. We got the High Five podcast up next. What are they talking about, Steve?
It's the top 5 bands. It's also the first time they're doing the draft.
Aren't you hopping over for that one?
No,
Which one were you part of?
albums.
Oh. What was it the first time what?
They're doing like the draft style episode.
Ah, they changed it up a little bit. All right, High Five podcast is up next from Mike, Steve, and I. Behind the Counter is out 2 times. Danny, 2 belts right here, baby. Fantasy greatness at its best. Behind the Counter, adios.